Hello everyone, welcome back to Benjamight Gaming as I'm continuing to work through Disco Elysium. The last episode is probably my favorite in the whole playthrough so far. From a story standpoint, not comedy standpoint. We got so much really good information. We got key players, we got key points, we got backstory on what kind of happened. So much good stuff. And we managed to finally pull the wall down in front of a door that leads into a shed, but it looks like it might also lead out onto the other side of a fence, giving us a whole new area I might be able to get into in this episode. So it turns out the lady that we were talking to on the roof was sexually active with the Merc that got shot, but they were actually in the act of it when he got shot. Now, our best hypothesis so far is that the shot actually came from the very roof we were just having all of our conversations on. But because it was dark outside and light inside when it happened, they would not have been able to see anything. But yet, the person on the outside had a clear view of making the shot. Now, there is a possibility that we got 3 other locations that if it was a well-trained sniper, it might have landed from much further away. So we'll investigate those over time moving forward, it sounds like. We do need to go back and talk to Titus some more, especially with some of the new information we got. We need to find out about Ruby, but I'm trying to hang on until the next day, or at least when I got a better stock of healing supplies with me, because I've been running really low here for a while. If by some chance this is your first time finding my channel, welcome. Hope you have a fantastic time. And if you do have a really good time, it sure does help me out if you consider hitting that subscribe button for me. All right, without any further delay, let's get in here, open the door to the shed we just found, and see what's on the other side. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're doing fantastic. It's the same night for me. I'm so excited to open up this door. Hopefully I won't click on this and find out it's locked. I just went out, recorded my next intro, and we got right back in here. And man, we are getting close to the end of the day. We're not gonna be able to go too far before we gotta head back and sleep for the night. But okay, let's click this. Yeah, baby. Oh, there's like a pig head. Each one of these are going to give me XP too. A silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine.
Oh no.
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should intervene. I wasn't thinking about taking it, I swear. I was thinking about justice. I've heard amphetamines make you a really good detective. Are you a really good detective? Number 1.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However,
he points to the ladder in the corner.
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Go. Very cool, very cool. The poster says, get out of the way or get messed up. Cured pig's head. It looks mummified. An empty tomb of magnesium? Manganese supplement. What's this thing up here? Ooh! 40 cents. Gotta find some better ways to make money. Look at that. There's that jacket. What else is over here? Can I go up this? Look at this. We can go over here. He's gonna go all the way up there. Oh yeah, baby. Beautiful. Oh yes. That's gorgeous. Let's go get this money. There is money just laying over here. I've been eyeballing this for a while. 90 cents. $1.10, that's $2. Okay, so let's head on back down. We got a couple green orbs we can click over here. Is this a ladder down? I don't know, can I read? I might not be able to actually get over here. Oh yeah, we could. This doorway is going to collapse soon. Restoration pillars. Keep the ruins together. Oh, these right here. I see them. Grand Canyon. 13-cent postcard. I can sell it. Another 90 cents. I'm making some money now. Oh man, I'm so glad we found this little area over here. I want to see if we can get to this coat. Oh, he's going to go back up. Here, double click it. See if I can get him moving a little faster.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its back.
You son of a gun. It's a cop's cloak. The cloak does not concern me at this time. Number one.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment.
He judges the drop.
You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
I don't know about that one. Look around.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. Then he turns back to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind.
What exactly are we doing up here?
I was under the assumption we could ask the leader of this union to help us get this body down. This is why we're here, right?
He doesn't wait for you to answer.
Or it could be that we are just exploring.
He looks around, wind rustling his hair. Do you really think this cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump?
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it?
He looks over the ledge at the cold pavement below.
Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
I do see what looks like something sticking out of a pocket. I mean, surely I'm gonna take a hit on this, right? Man, my level for that is so low. I've got a -2 right now for that. What's giving me the -2? Let's see. Is it something I got on? See how much of a change that makes. Okay, these. That's one of them. There we are. Do I got anything that would give me a plus? It don't look like it. Here's the postcard. It's an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. 13-story buildings line the hillside like sarcophagi. An ominous fog already rising from behind. These are the last boom years in 39. The project fails catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B infected slum. Okay. What? I have no pants on.
Tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings
28.
is still caught on the railing.
Man. A 1 in 4 chance. Okay. Surely I wouldn't lose more than just one, right? Oh, I lost a morale. Kind of stinks. You already know you fail before you even try it.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here.
Vertigo almost pushes you over the edge.
You could have died there. Shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
Hey! What happened?
He sounds genuinely worried. I'm all right, Kim. I just don't think I could do it right now.
I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better. It's just a cloak after all.
Man, I lost 2. Why 2? That's so mean. Well, I'm putting my pants back on. I need to go buy those pants off Kuno. Apparently that would really help. And my glasses. Those are going back on too. Just because. Man, that sucks. That looks like a nice cloak. I just felt like the stats were going to be really nice. That's why I wanted to see if I could get that. Okay, well, where else can we get to from up here? Surely there's somewhere else we can go. He talked about trying to get into the harbor. Oh, maybe I can't get into the harbor until I've dropped off here. Is there another way down? There's no door or anything over here. I can't step in the back. Okay, well, I'm gonna wait and come back to this after I've slept. See if we can get my morale back up. And I'll buy some extra. I'll stick a point in there if I need to try to make that happen. But I think that's gonna have to rest for the moment. But the day is almost over. Was it 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock I can check in? I don't remember which. She's just hanging out up there. Is there anything else I should do? Why am I here? You know what? We did have one more conversation with Joyce I haven't had yet. Oh, I want to click all the green bubbles. Get that XP. Oh, these are just sign names. Kind of glad I hadn't clicked those now. Are there some over here I didn't click to? I wasn't clicking them before because I was like, they're just sign. They're just street names. I don't need those. But now, oh, someone even suggested. So like this right here, I can't get into it. Try tools sometimes to see if you can get in. I don't know if this will give me an option. Oh, that worked. Thank you so much for that tip. That's pretty nice. +1 to suggestion, -1 to half-life. Half-light. What's this give me? This is just a bonus. Okay, -1 I feel like the half-light thing was already kind of weak. Take control. Threaten people. Yeah, I've not been very good at that, have I? What was it giving me a bonus for? I would be losing one here. Connect to station 41. Understand cop culture. Guess that's not the end of the world. 1 to suggestion. What does suggestion do for me? Charm men and women. Play the puppet master. I want to see what it looks like. Oh, that looks sharp. I like it. We're going with it for now. Looks more fitting for this weather, doesn't it? Did I change my gloves and not realize it? Oh, yeah, I remember doing that. Okay. That was super cool. Makes me wonder what else I could, barge my way into there, maybe. There's one. Quick. There we are. Okay, we need to kill just a little bit more time. Let's see if by some chance...
Good. What can I help you with?
I thought I had one more.
Basic reality.
Here it is.
My favorite part of the day.
Ooh,
Go ahead. Ask me anything.
I actually just took off a clothing that'll help with that, so... Let's go ahead and back out. Swap that back. Anything else help with that? Do I have anything giving me negative on that? I don't think she'd want me to drop my pants right in front of her, though. You're like, nope, we're not talking. Okay, everything's good there. All right.
You're back. Good. More lessons in
I'm kind of
basic
curious too,
reality.
with this being the last
My
thing,
favorite part of the day.
and I think
Go
that
ahead.
finishes off everything with Joyce, I wonder if there'll be like some cool thing that happens. So let's try it.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
Okay. That's
Glad
all.
to have been of assistance.
Well, you weren't much of assistance, but that's my fault, not yours. All right, level up. Try again.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality.
72.
My favorite.
6 kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
She says energetically. The Ravishal Citizens Militia?
Preciso mundo.
Good. And what is the RCM?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
We. Don't worry, Kim. You're probably more RCM than I am.
He's being sarcastic.
Are we? You said de facto. I mean, she did. Let's try number 2.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean? That's it for the whole who am I part then. Number 1.
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
So I'm basically a lackey of the capital. So I'm basically a thrall to foreign interest. So I'm basically one of the good guys. So I'm basically going to avoid this subject and ask the next question. I mean, like when all 3 are kind of true, which one do you choose, right? We are kind of like official, unofficial. If that's actually a thing, that's what it kind of sounds like. I'm gonna go with number 3.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it.
She leans in.
Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
No, they're not. Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown.
Ooh.
They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Ravacholians get to keep the peace in Ravachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
Oh, you're fantastic, Joyce. What was the RCM again?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of...
Yes, we are the Revachol.
He's being sarcastic.
We are.
Yes, that means... Permit me
I don't know
to
what that was
add
about.
the
It was lit up as if I hadn't
so
clicked it.
hard they- Glad to have been
Okay.
of assistance.
That's a bit of a bummer. I spent points for that. I thought I'd get something cool out of finishing off the last item. I don't think that was worth it. Ooh. I can't get up there. Let's try. I don't expect this to work. Okay.
A sturdy
door
metal
open.
door. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Authority. I don't think I have any more points. No. I'd much rather use my point on trying to get into here if I knew I was only getting 5 XP from that thing over there. Okay. You know what? Let's just go and leave the crowbar on for now. I got an empty hand. Who knows? It might, something else might show up that I can get into that I wouldn't have realized before. Okay. Well, I think... Oh, that's a weird sound. Can't really talk to you guys. Sorry, just ran right through your game. No point going over there. Say Ling, I'm sure would love to sell me something. I don't think I can go any further this away. Can't reconstruct that.
Evening, officers.
Yep, nothing to do with you. Okay, well, as much as I was nervous about going back and talking to Titus without healing up, I think that's kind of where I'm at this moment. Now, we do have some things that can take place in the morning. Ooh, there's a green dot over there. So I am looking forward to starting the next day just for that. Not to mention, we'll probably have a recap with Kim, maybe even before this episode's over. Click on that. Run around, look for more clothes for winter. Please use the main entrance. See if there's any more. Oh, there's one. I have family. We have a right to work. What's that one? It says Grar. The Greater Ravachol Industrial Harbor. Ah. I'm in a debt. Or I'm in debt, it says. Racking up a bit of XP here. If anyone was wondering. Oh, we did have something we wanted to come back and talk to her some more about, right?
You caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
Yeah, Joyce was... Some of the conversation we had with her, I think I know what's going on with you.
And what is that?
She sticks a filterless cigarette into a cigarette holder and reaches for the light. You're a pail driver. You transport goods through the pail. Nothing, no need to be direct. Number 1.
Great. He asked the Pines rep about the pail, and now he's talking to everyone about it. Fine then. Just try not to black out again, and don't contemplate. We don't have time for that.
Oh, I'm contemplating, Kim. I'm drawing essential conclusions from this. Yeah, no. Just for detective work. That's all I needed it for. Now, everything is related to the pail. My condition, the case, everything. It's all introponetic. Number 1.
Exactly what I didn't want you to do.
I knew it.
Ma'am, my partner wanted to know if you work in pail transport.
No offense. But your partner?
She lights a cigarette. A white and silver cloud of smoke disappears into her mouth.
Seems like a bit of an idiot.
I blacked out after a night of heavy drinking and lost all memory of the world. I blacked out from sheer heartbreak and lost all memory of the world. I'm not an idiot. I'm a detective of the RCM. Don't say I'm an idiot. We'll go to number 1.
Like Gabriel Buenguerro in Pergunte a Poeira. You're the opposite of me, then. I remember everything. Even things I never knew.
Things you never knew?
The smell of liquor on Gabriel's lips after the shoot. In the motor park. The roses on the day of Franco Negro's coronation. On the grand stairs of Ryle. The smoke from the Fowling piece when Dolores Day was shot. The look on her face, like an orgasm. The wound in her chest. My hand in my father's hand. Except I never had a father. And I never shot her innocence Dolores Day.
Over radiation?
Heroic doses, Harry. Heroic.
Isn't that dangerous?
Thought insertion? Dithering? The Grad Catalan Magistral? It's more than dangerous. It's sad. But at first I had to make a living. Now, when you've seen it all go away like that, rolling off like the sea, and then come back to this...
She gestures at the square, the broken horse monument, the clanging of machines in the distance.
What are we doing here? For thousands of years, Gabriel. It doesn't have to be like this. We can just give up. We can just become a vapor.
Ooh, that's sad. What does it look like? The Pale. What does it feel like? How do you pass through it? One last thing. You said we could just become vapor? Number one.
Like looking into the ocean at night. In the dark.
And?
You cannot see it, but you know it's there. And it's big, bigger than anything. Bigger than all the other things combined.
What does it feel like?
Nothing. Until it starts. When you are deep enough. Then, for me, it's like autumn. Dark, gray, and orange. The orange of street lights and the color of streets in the electric light. It smells like autumn too. It smells terrible.
Nostalgia. Cooped up in the cabin, shaking. Terrible nostalgia. For yourself. For humans. It's too much to bear. She loves it.
How do you pass through it?
In the belly of an airship, behind the steel windows. So you don't look straight into it. It's not advised to look into it.
Not on this lorry, then.
No, the same one, a roller. They all are nowadays. Special wheels for connecting to the floor of the hold.
She points to the machine, clumped up like toys. One last thing. You said we could all become like vapor?
Yes.
No elaboration.
I would rather have what I have than what you have. I would rather have what you have than what I have. I feel I already have what you have, in some way. It probably doesn't really matter which of these I choose. I guess number one. I'll be confident in myself.
They say there is a point. One that I have not crossed. In the Pale, super deep. If you stray too far, of course, on the U41A, or in Lomonosov's land, where every step you take is one step further from home, no matter the direction.
Ooh.
It's a point you cannot come back from. Your mind becomes so radiant with the past, there is a flip. Instead of writing, it erases memory, nearing some kind of indescribable finale.
Oh, wow.
Maybe you've been down the motorway south?
She looks at her cigarette. It's almost out. She has swallowed it hungrily. Then at you. The motorway south?
It's a story as lone horsemen tell. Lone horsemen, Jerife, not Pale drivers. Way beyond the established Pale that's lit by radio frequencies, where it goes silent and dark, and the process begins, erasure, kilometer by kilometer, in any direction. The motorway south is a road you cannot come back from.
In the center of this town, there's a ghostly motorway, she sang.
It takes all the people where they want to stay. What is at the end of the motorway south? Number two.
No one knows what's at the end. I've only glimpsed the beginning. I've only felt it in the distance when I was a child. A child rowing on the lake.
Ma'am?
Josiana.
A sigh escapes her lips, then silence as she stares within herself.
There is nothing more to do now. She's far away. She is receding in the clutches of some indescribable scattered emotion. A child descending.
You've fried both your brains enough for today, detective.
He inspects her. No response.
Let's get some air. This one's far gone.
He shakes his head silently as he turns to leave. That's funny. Wow, this is an 8-hour. Unfortunately, I don't think I don't have any spots available. I think it even takes a point to forget one of these, doesn't it? You do not have it. Yeah, it takes it. That stinks. It takes a skill point to learn it and a skill point to forget it. I guess that's all I can do here for now. Measurehead. Interface. Damaged ledger. Not quite sure. I know I was trying to open it. It said something about force it. Is that just something I need to do in my inventory? Is this my... That's from the fridge. Here's my damaged ledger.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Okay, so I could try to force this open. I see. So this uses interfacing. Hold on a second. I think I do have some stuff that would be beneficial for that. Yeah. That one there. And then I think I have some stuff on that's negative, don't I? Not that one. No, we're all good there. Okay, and I'm gonna save, just in case something happens that I am not happy about.
It's the ledger you found in the trash.
Okay, 72%.
Hanging from the board. Just relax.
Yes.
The two sides of the board are slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off the slides. All you need to do is bend the plastic on your knee. The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
Slide the drawer open. Wait, somehow I don't want to. No, put the ledger away. Number one.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
What's inside?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Pick up the ticket stubs.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there, too.
Kill yourself. Close the permeable compartment. What? Number 2, pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Smell it first.
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored, a touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti.
Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting.
I mean, I guess we don't know how old our character is. Could it be his wife, maybe?
Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy.
Keep reading.
Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always come back to it.
I mean, this seems good. Like a good relationship kind of thing, right? Keep reading.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear.
What's happening?
You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
Oh no, it's lost.
No, hold on.
Hold on.
To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything all right?
Fall sideways. Are we remembering something? What? Begin?
There is nothing. Again.
Nothing. Just lie there, passed out.
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout.
Just lie there.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
Blue eyes. And who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
Yeah, that's the stuff. No, I was cool. I'm cool. I'm going number 2.
The cool when you're dead, brother.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Was that the X something? The ... Where is Voyager Road? Enough, just lie there. Number 2.
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Was that the X something?
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
No, it was beautiful. Yes, that. Number 2.
Don't prod at it. It will start moving again.
I want to ask the other one.
Bloated corpse of the past.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape, its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Bloated corpse. Don't prod at it.
All right, I'm going back to that. I don't know if whichever one I leave off on makes a difference, but I kind of liked leaving off on that one. Enough. Just lie there, motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Kim. He's trying to bring me back. I'm not coming back. What is that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious.
Oh no.
Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Where am I?
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Okay, so it's water. I was so worried they were giving me some alcohol or something.
Drink. Water.
The lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth. Drink.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
Well, I haven't even been drinking the alcohol, buddy.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
I should ask you the same. I came in contact with the burnout ruins of the past, Lieutenant. Conclude. I was dehydrated, It won't happen again. Conclude. Oh, forget it. Start climbing out of the motor car. Let's go with number 1 first, since it's the only one that doesn't say conclude.
You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to.
How long was out?
10 minutes, maybe.
Should I just say I was dehydrated? Which is probably what he would rather hear me say, not something about I was contacting past ruins. I'm going to go number 3 on this one.
Right.
Ledger of failure and hatred.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Really? So I can actually, like, look at that. -2 to authority, though. Let's if I take you off, put you on there. Same ledger you found in the trash, only worse somehow. It makes you think about the letter, about the woman's handwriting, about not wanting to get out of bed in the morning.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by without resistance or sound. The 2 panels move against each other.
Let's go ahead and close that.
It's slightly, ever so arson.
Case files.
Petty
Nope,
theft.
nothing
You
there.
don't exactly close them.
Okay, so I need another one in logic if I want to do something with that. Okay, well, that's kind of a cool thing. Takes away from my authority, though. I don't exactly got the best authority as it is. Wow, I seriously did not expect all that to go down. I don't think there's anything else in here for me to interact with. We did get another one. White Morning. Little guy gets further and further away. You see yourself from above. You're passed out on the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter. At the mention of what? A great white object letting out a sweet smell, like a lily of valley. The little man's forgotten its name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts it on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. Okay, well, nothing else I can do right there right now. I don't think... Yeah, even through all that, I didn't get like a point or anything. Okay. Kind of stinks I was getting all those plus for heals. Couldn't use any of them. Okay, well, time to talk to Titus again, see if we can learn about Ruby.
You again. What is it?
I hope this goes well. All right, I talked with Clausier. Now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
He leans back and regards you with curiosity. Oh my goodness, look at all these. Because she's your real leader. I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lely's killer. I've seen her in the Landum-induced delirium. The paranormal instinct whispers her name into my ear. No, that's not going to get me anywhere with Titus. Look, I need to pin this on someone, and I've decided to pin it on her. I suspect she killed the victim. That's why. I wondered. I don't know. But she's definitely on my list as a possibility. A civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby. She is a suspect in another case I'm investigating, a drug smuggling. I'm thinking either 1, 6, or 7. Now, I don't think this really does much for us, because it's like, he's probably gonna be like, well, who cares? I don't know if these guys know anything about the drug smuggling, or if they'd be very cooperative towards that, but I'm gonna go with number 6.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
Wait, she's one of you? I thought you said she was associated with you.
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window, behind Titus's back.
Present a solid theory. I saw a winch outside. That gave me a bonus. I found an antique rifle. That gave me a bonus also? Oh. Do I have anything working against me on my logic right now? I think I need to check that. If there's anything I can do to increase... Look at me, I'm holding my little pad. Increase my odds. I should probably go for it. I need logic. Okay, none of those. Do I have... I'm not seeing any negatives over there. Yeah, lose authority. Okay, so I don't have anything working against me there, and I don't have anything on right now that I could do anything about there. Titus doesn't believe Ruby shot the hanged man. Present a theory. Make him see it's something to consider. Okay, well, we got to take a roll at it. Really, really poor odds here, but we're going for it.
Nothing is happening. The pieces are there, but they remain unconnected.
No, we can do this. Squint your eyes.
Sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there. She could have done it. Somehow. Something else. Walla walla bing bang. It's just not coming together.
Walla walla bing bang? Why am I such an idiot? Squint your eyes harder. Give up. Number 3.
Still nothing. But that's okay. This doesn't have to turn into some kind of meltdown. You're just a cop, taking your time to present a theory. Let's look at this as a learning experience. What are the components you need to implicate Ruby? No, he needs to say 500 layers and I can't remember the first line.
500 layers and I can't remember the first line. I just want to hear components. No, I want to go number 2.
Smart move. The components are access to the roof, weapon, and motive. Here is what you can do to make it easier. Come on, for starters, you could find out what's behind that mystery door in the kitchen. If it's a secret route, she could have used that to get to the roof.
Oh.
Can't get through the door? You know what would help. Doing a thorough search of this room. Maybe something's hidden. You could crack Classia's last defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful. Say, 500 layers and I can't remember the first line. No, nothing good will come of it. He did the right thing not saying that the last time. Just do what the nice helpful guys said and don't do the bad things. It's that simple.
Unless we have more business, we should.
Yep, I agree. Okay, that was great. We failed, but we got some really good tips for ourselves on how we can maybe increase our odds. Thoroughly search the room. I don't see anything else that's like clickable. Oh, our chef's gone. I am kind of curious if I take this off. Any chance I can use that on the door?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple.
No, it doesn't look like that gave me anything. I don't think the chain cutters are going to do me any good on that. Okay. Thoroughly search the room. Is there anything else I can click on? And we got the window that had a really impossible roll.
You find yourself looking at that big old window.
Let's give it a try. Oh!
Despair creeps into you.
Oh.
On your weakness.
I'll just swoosh us back to the last save. Okay, that's what I was nervous about possibly happening. Man, my odds were pretty good.
Find yourself looking at that
Let's try it again.
Window. There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it easier to find.
Oh,
it's
baby.
Close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
Someone's hid a key in the bushes. Point at the window.
Huh?
I need you guys to hand the key to me. Can you let me slide by so I can grab the key? Titus, can you hand the key to me, please? I mean, if we do this, they may not let me. I'm going to try number 2.
I don't know about that. I'm comfortable here. Don't think any sliding would really help right now.
Sorry, f***o. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good f***ing luck with that. The Hawthorne's got a bitch of a bite.
Oh.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slides it across the table.
What? I didn't expect that.
The key is brass. Workshop spare is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in...
I'm tired of listening to your shit.
Thank you. Nod to the old man. Does anyone know why this key was hanging right outside the union box? Look at the key in your hand. I wonder what door it goes to. I'm going to say number 1.
Don't thank me. I don't give 2 shits about your key.
Does anyone know why it was hanging outside?
Didn't even know it was there. Boys.
No idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place.
Okay. I'm going to click this, but I'm assuming it goes to the door over there.
It could open the door in the kitchen.
Yeah.
The blue door. It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there?
It's worth a try.
Yep. Oh, man, that's awesome. We got something.
You see a heavy steel
Try the
door.
key.
The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years. But then, the lock clicks. Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb, haunted by regal spirits from distant ages.
Oh, we got another door. I'm almost too excited. Look at this. This pinball says Brancongerian. The theme is horses and swords. This pinball is white Diora. The back glass shows a female figure in mourning. NB, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. NB? That wouldn't be Ruby? No, that wouldn't work for her. $5. I'll take that.
Over there, in the corner.
The pinball machine.
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
Kim, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Point to the machine. Let's take a closer look. Pull out the machine. I guess number 1.
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
Wait, you played it?
A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Take a closer look.
Ah, great.
Cornelius
jealous?
Gordy and the mountain goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin operated. Get the game on, finger boy. Those flippers are ready.
Inspect playing field. Lean closer to read the text. Obviously, let's try number 1 first.
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Windy. The Merc legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
Inspect the playing field.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain. Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
What's with all the goats?
Indeed. Think of them as balls.
Will do. Well, we definitely gotta try it.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon
Get your
you're
pinball
able to
on.
get 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease.
Check it out. Kim, you know you're jealous. You want to be playing, don't you?
Go, go, finger boy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
Wait, what kind of guy was he then?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels.
Oh.
A masked nationalist.
A racist mountaineer?
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
That is not cool. Technically, the human beings are at the top of the food chain. So, I don't think there's anything wrong with hunting. We'll go with number 2.
He also hit his wife and kids.
That's not
Other
cool.
people's kids too. Sometimes pets.
Other people's kids. Yeah, that's not cool.
Seem to be having fun.
I'm pretty good at this. Continue playing.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Concentrate and aim for the narrow passage.
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself.
Oh, I hope I get a good roll.
Through.
If it's a roll thing, I hope I get a good roll.
The words "Pale Rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
Look at this. It looks like it's catching on fire or something.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid nihilistic finale.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness. Lucky goats, the fog looks soft and inviting. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next. You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
Something special. Kim, it can be done. Just watch. Stay on the ball. 3%, and it's a red check. Why do they even make these if it's impossible to win? Give up. Winning is too stressful. I'm going to try number 1 first, see what happens.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake, and then it's all over.
Okay, why do they even make these? Why do they even make these? It's the same thing for both of those? I mean, I know I've got something on right now that's giving me negative to my reaction time, so... So what do I got to do? Roll a 12 for this to work? I'm assuming that's what I got to have for this. And I can't. It won't let me change. All right, well. I mean, I guess I could come back if I don't try. Is that the option that we have here? I'd really like to try again. So I'm going to try walking away so I can maybe come back with better gear on.
I've been wondering the same.
There goes nothing, finger boy.
Okay. Exploring the passage. Okay. What can I change here? I know I had at least one thing here. There's one for reaction time. That's a bonus. Okay. And then I was thinking I had a negative. Man, +1's not going to give me a big difference there, is it? Okay. We'll come back after I've had time to maybe increase that some more.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played.
Run your fingers across the dust of the white Diora machine.
Feels like it might jump back to life any moment, the lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
What's white Dioria? How about we fire one of these bad boys up and play some ball? Let's finish that. Number 1.
Some kind of inane pinball theme. Probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
Diora was one of the 3 crown cities of the DeLorean era, on the Muindi Isola, the others being Ria Silvia and Advesperasket. This theme is all about early airships and beautiful, sad, pearl-laden women. It's quite nice, actually. The lieutenant grimaces looking at the machines.
How about we fire up? Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball. Oh, number 3.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He doesn't.
What about the other one? The Franconjarian ball. Want to play that?
No.
How about we fire it up?
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist Pinball.
He looks away.
What a dumb name. Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
Think. Kim. Okay, I guess we'll go for it here.
Kim Pinball Kitsuragi.
What?
Exactly. That's what he's known as. His reputation precedes him.
You're Kim Pinball Kitsuragi? Hey, Kimball. I'm not going to talk to him about this. Number 1.
So now he remembers.
He looks at you in the silence of the workshop, then takes his glasses off and cleans them.
Fine, I'm Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, a.k.a. the Kimball. You remembered. Congratulations.
Oh, that's great. You don't seem to really like pinball.
No human being should. It is a game that requires no skill and a childlike affinity to flashing lights and to fantastique, science-fiction, and historic romance franchise. It is lame.
Then why are you called Pinball? I thought he was called Kimball.
I am not called Pinball. It was used to taunt me a long time ago, before I became a homicide detective and got my lieutenancy.
How did you?
Fine. I was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years. It's how I started out in the RCM. Once I had to infiltrate a pinball ring, as you do when you're a juvie cop.
Lame. Okay.
It was not okay. I needed to become a pinball champion. I trained for 9 months. The job was successful and I was moved out of the juvenile wing to homicide.
He had to become a pinball expert in order to infiltrate? What?
End of story.
You were a juvie cop for 15 years?
That time is over now. I was already a 38-year-old man. It was unbecoming, as was playing pinball.
So that's why he doesn't want to talk to Kuno. Trauma and stressor disorder from being a juvie cop.
Wait, so that's why you didn't talk to Kuno?
It's best if you handle the juvenile delinquents.
I can kind of relate to them on a level that's very unique, I think. I'm going to call you Pinball now. I'm going to call you Kimball now. Don't worry, I'll keep calling you Kim. You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi to me. Number 4.
Not only to you, I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi to everyone. Now, we really need to continue our sweep of what appears to be a secret path through the whirling.
Oh, come on, Kim. I was trying to be supportive there. You totally missed it. That's hilarious.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside.
Oh, I just realized the time. Okay, let's look in.
Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in.
Look at the elevator controls. I wonder what this elevator was used for. Close the door and go up. Number 1.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken. A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago.
Number 2.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark. Number 3. Oh boy. Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. Yes. Ooh, this is double plus. No negative stats on this. Yeah. Ooh, I look like a detective. I love it. Oops. I love the little sound effect music they got going on in here too. Pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point. This used to be a pinball workshop. Not interested. Discard the thought. I mean, yeah, it looks like it might have been. I'm going to start with number 2.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel? There are machines left over.
He taps his foot.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the artists bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over from that.
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice makers said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Could this mean the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
No, I don't think he does.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this.
Oh, I'd absolutely tell him. Even if I still got the option, I would.
It's not a ghost story. It's a curse.
Right?
God ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
Exactly. And we can do that. We're certified. Looks like they gave up.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
Finish thought. That's great. Ooh, is that
You
money?
clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here within the last week or two. Let's have a closer look then. crouch and study the footprints. First one first.
3 weeks maximum from the dust cover age. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
He looks at you.
This is so good it makes him forget the whole Kimball memory.
The Blue Door was a mega investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, which I would say is quite large.
Right? Now if I can just find a way to convince him, it's a sexy case. Unfortunately, I can't put any more points into that category, though. I don't know how to reset that option. Okay, what does this mean? Let's study. Let's do number 3.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines.
This print doesn't look like the odd sole print we found at the hanging. This doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it? Number 2.
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Maybe like a businessman, suit and tie kind of outfit. We haven't met the owner of the harbor yet, but we hear he's kind of a corrupt character, right? Number 1.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. I wouldn't rule out Ruby coming here yet. This isn't an argument against her. People change shoes, you know? But it's not an argument for her either.
Get up.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
What does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route leading to the roof. The roof from where you can shoot our victim. This is significant.
I agree.
These prints, officer, could be the prints of our killer. And if not, at least they're a good argument for this Ruby doing it, to present to Titus.
Let's move on. And we got another point. In fact, let's go ahead and do this. Yep. And, man, I don't know. Since I don't know what the bonus that I would get out of these, it's kind of hard to choose. White Morning, Motorway South. You know what? I'm just going to kind of go in order. My authority's all messed up anyway, so let's do that one. There we go. I wonder why it shows electricity going up through here. Does it have any significance? The direction it goes? I don't know. Well, we're definitely making some progress here on some stuff, aren't we? Okay. Nothing I need to change here. Okay. What else can we find? This is the door that leads
inside of the barred door you've seen before.
So they shot and then ran through here? Or they came up through here to come here to shoot, and then what? They bail over the side or something? So what's on the other side? Unbar the door and leave. Let the door remain barred. I mean, we kind of know what's on the other side. Number 1.
Unless we veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Glacia about this route. See how she reacts?
Folded M dimension. A reference to the popular science fiction series, In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly and reads science fiction. Yes, it is quite likely that we will re-emerge on the M plane. Brace for psychokinetic impact. Or the roof.
Unbar and go through. I don't know why we wouldn't want to do that. Oh. Look, a handful of dried white wildflowers.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
If I discard, do I not get a chance to try again?
The wind brushes them off the roof. They're gone.
That sucks. I wondered if I should have... I was nervous if I backed out to try to change stuff, because it said discard chance, meaning like it was going to go away, so I went for it. Is she in here? She's going to be like, wait, how'd you get in here? Oh, she's not here. I can pick up these bottles for her, though. Wonder where she went. Maybe she's out in the bar now. You know, I want to go just a wee bit longer. Let's go tell the bar, the manager what we found. See if we get any reaction out of him.
Can I help you?
Something.
Another thing. Great.
Okay, what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door?
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He's really, really holding himself back here.
Aren't you going to ask me what's back there?
Okay, what is back there?
Skeletons, mausoleum of the dead, pinball machines, a pinball workshop. Nothing. The black gaping maw at the end of time. Number 2.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
Why? Do you want to play? Because I might be up for a game. Didn't check. Pinball isn't relevant to the investigation. Didn't check. Pinball's stupid. Number 1.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
He was wondering about something business related, about how much money he could make off one.
I can't blame him. Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade? If you're thinking of selling those pinball machines, I want a fat cut. C-suite. Beat your chest. I'm a distributor. I feel capitalist plot coming up. Let's go with number 1.
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. The machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine, that one's always causing trouble.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
I have to warn you, I may have discovered that the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area.
What? Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing.
So he knows of the doomed commercial area
and
its address. He's thought about this.
Wait, so you know of the curse?
Everyone knows of it.
The whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in Building B. You should get your wiring fixed. I tried to call and couldn't reach you.
I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling.
Hold on, not once? Isn't that already a sign of decline?
It's a sign of the whirling in rags not being part of the doomed commercial area. If anything, we're revitalizing this neighborhood.
Relax, Mr. Gart. I'm sure there is no doom. He simply wants to share his discoveries with you.
The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade before it failed. It's only a matter of time before the whirling fails too. The whirling was once the East, which failed, though perhaps the whirling will escape the curse. I'm going to be positive on this. We're going to go with number 2.
Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? This pre-revolutionary tilework? These high ceilings? The nice rooms? Well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me, if some doom ghost...
He studies his voice.
He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, the hostel is actually very important to him.
Well, good. You really care about this whirling, huh? Who owns this place? What about those other cafeterias you manage? Number 1.
Yeah, It's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way, even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area.
Aha! So you finally admit it. You shouldn't be so worried about the label, you know. Number 1.
Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation, maybe even a promotion.
Nice. Who owns this place?
Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved.
Ooh. And who named the Whirling in Rags?
Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company.
It was you?
You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song.
A song?
Hail, Holy Queen, by the Ateniers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad.
Good pick.
What about those other cafeterias?
What about them? One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz Mazov and Ignis Nielsen and all those old ghosts.
He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him.
And the others? He doesn't have to tell you anything he doesn't want to. Number 1.
The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but it's nothing like the whirling.
Well, good luck to you with this place then. Well, too bad it's all doomed. I can't do it. I've been so mean to this guy, I gotta be nice at some point.
Luck has got nothing to do with it. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help.
Against the doom, it's implied.
So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can we, wrap it up?
Let's see. If I told you, okay, there's something else. I guess number 3. Goodbye. There we go. We did it. Okay, now let's go click on our door. It should give me the option to pay for it now, right? How do I... Maybe I do have to pay him down here. I thought I was supposed to click directly on the door.
Can I help you?
About my bill for tonight.
Got the 20 real?
Yep.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Thank you. The day was almost over too. I wonder what happens if you don't go to sleep. Like if you try to roll into the next day, do you just like take damage or something? See you in the morning.
Yes?
Convince Kim there's a sexy dark mystery in the cake. He just left. Dress code. Ooh, 92%.
Only banal things strike you. At the core, you're a very banal person with a very small soul.
That's like a god roll in the opposite direction. I had a 7% chance of not I've rolled this like 5 times, 6 times. Oh, and that just ended the game. Oh, man. Okay, well, unfortunately, the last save was all the way here. I can't. 93% chance, and I fail. All right, well, in the next episode, we'll rerun all the stuff we just did there. I don't know if there were any other rolls I did. Oh, I did have the rose petal thing down there that we tried to do. I'll try to, obviously, I'll try that again. I'll try to see if I got anything I can put on to help give me a better odd of success there. But we'll redo this last, probably at least 15 minutes of gameplay that's just gone because I failed a 93% chance success. It's reasons like this I can't play the game Yahtzee. I get so frustrated because you have no control over those dice. Anyways, another really good episode. We got into a whole new area here. I'm not going to come right out and say that Ruby definitely did it, but I do have a theory, as I presented. I can't remember if it was at the beginning of this one or the previous video, but I definitely have a theory as to why she might have, and we're starting to piece together how she might have if it was her. But we'll have to see where things continue to go on the next episode. I am excited about getting to day 3 because we got a couple things in the hopper that would be something we could do once we get to the next day. So I'm excited to see what else is going to unlock and what all we can accomplish in the next video. Until next time, continue to be safe out there. I'll see you on the next one.